If you're looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K account with max badges and more, visit sportstnb.com. He has been in the community for years and has hundreds of reviews. Click the first link in the description to get your account today.
Pull up, we bustin', not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
What's good, YouTube? Mascot. We back out with another video. Today's video, we got the top 3 best power forward builds as a patch 12 in NBA 2K20. Now, if you guys watched my last video, I did tell you guys I was going to be making the top 3 best power forward builds, because I promised this video a long time ago, about a month ago, and I've been slacking on it, so I decided I gotta make this video. Now, we are in patch 12 now. Whenever I was doing the last videos, we were in patch 10, but it's been a month. Now we're actually in patch 12. I do want to let you guys know there are going to be timestamps in the comment section. The pinned comment is going to be timestamps for all 3 builds, so make sure you guys do like that comment. One last thing, I just want to let you guys know that these videos do take a long time to make, so make sure you guys do it, that like button, subscribe, show your appreciation. I'm making this sort of content for you guys, man. I would really appreciate it. Now, the very first build of this video is going to be the lob threat. Obviously, make it a power forward, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now, moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. I don't know if you can make this build with any other pie chart. Today, we are going to be picking the all finishing pie chart. Make sure you guys do pick all finishing. Now, moving on to physical profile of this build, man. A lob threat. In my opinion, I feel like you need speed, strength, and good vertical, so I'm gonna recommend you pick the balanced pie chart. It has great speed, good vertical, and a 90 strength. Highly recommend you pick balance, but if you really want one of these pie charts, some other pie chart, go ahead, but I highly recommend you pick the balanced pie chart. Now, moving on to attributes, man, make sure you guys do it just like this, so you get the maximum bat as possible. Your close shot, you're gonna put this to an 87, just like that. Your driving layup, put this to a 77. Your driving dunk, you are gonna max this out to a 91. And your standing dunk, you're gonna put this to a 92, which I think is 2 or 3 points off of the max. 3 points off of the max to a 92. Your post hook, you're not going to upgrade this whatsoever. Now, moving on to your shooting, your mid-range shot, max this out. Also max out your 3-point shot. Also max out your free throw to a 70. Actually, your free throw, you're going to put this to a 74, which is 1 point off of the max. And your post fade, you are going to max this out to an 85, just like that. So you get 10 shooting badges. Now, moving on to playmaking, you're not going to upgrade one single playmaking stat. Moving on to defense, interior defense, max this out. Your perimeter defense, you're going to put this to a 56, just like that. And your lateral quickness, you are going to max this out to a 60. Also max out your steal to a 64. Also max out your block to a 75. And both your rebounding stats, you are going to max these out. Max out your offensive rebounding to a 75. And of course, max out the defensive rebounding to a 76. My fault, I just noticed I did something wrong. Take a look at your steal. It's a 65. Just take 1 point off of it to a 64 and put that to your defensive rebounding to a 76. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 23 finishing, 10 shooting, 1 playmaking, and 12 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 46 badges for this lob threat build. This is a very solid build. Obviously has great finishing. This build can shoot and really good defense. I know there's certain lob threats out there, most of them can't shoot, but this build has it all. Great finishing, can shoot, and pretty decent defense. Now, the reason why we didn't put our close shot and our driving layup any higher than it is because if you put those stats any higher, it will change your build name. So if you want to say lob threat, the stats have to be just like this. Now, moving on to this other stuff, man, a body shape does not matter. Personally, since it's a power forward, I don't recommend you pick built or burly, but you can pick any body shape. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna just pick built. Now, moving on to that with this build, there's only one height you can use to make this build. It's going to be 6'7". I've never seen this build made at any other height besides 6'7". If you made this build at any other height, please let me know in the comment section below. But you guys can see when you make the build 6'7", you get a huge jump to your speed, 78 speed, 74 acceleration, 84 vertical. Plus, you have a 95 driving dunk. You're going to be able to get the pro, elite, and big man contact dunks off rip. It's going to be a very nice build. Obviously, you're going to be able to catch alley-oops because that's the build's name, lob threat. And really good dunking capabilities. You're going to be able to shoot, and you have pretty decent defense. Make sure you guys do make the build 6'7". Now, moving on to the weight with this build, I'm personally going to recommend you max your way out to 255 pounds so you get some better strength, better interior defense. Now, look at your stats. You still have a 70 acceleration to 81 vertical. Those are pretty good physical stats, and you're getting a little bit boost to your interior defense. 95 strength. I highly recommend you max your weight out for this build. Now, moving on to the wingspan of this build. I know this build can shoot, but you definitely want to max your wingspan out so you can play some better defense. Your shooting is taking a little bit of a hit, but me personally, I wouldn't want to compromise having lower wingspan just for some better shooting. I want to have max wingspan so I can grab a lot of rebounds and play some pretty good defense. Your shooting is still good, 63 mid-range and a 49 three-pointer. I recommend you max your wingspan out. Now moving on to takeover this build, man, you get a wide variety of takeover options here. It's either rim protector, slasher, glass cleaner, or post score. If it was up to me, you definitely want to pick slasher. The build's name is a lob threat. You have a 95 driving dunk. I highly recommend you pick the slasher option. If you really want some of these other options though, go ahead, but I highly recommend you pick slasher. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a lob threat similar to Kenyon Martin, John Collins, and Julius Randle. Very nice build, 46 badges. But now we're gonna get straight to the best badges for this build, man. Like I do in every single of my videos, I'm gonna show you guys the best badges for this build, in my opinion. Puts to 99 overall real quick. Now, like I said, you have a 95 driving dunk, so keep that in mind. I recommend throwing Hall of Fame contact finisher. You also want Giant Slayer. You are only 6'7". This badge is active when you go up against anybody that's 7 foot or taller. It's gonna make it harder to block your layup or dunk, and to help you finish over taller defenders, you definitely need Giant Slayer. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Slithery finisher. Lob City finisher. Your build name is a lob threat. You need Lob City finisher to finish alley-oops. That's a no-brainer badge, just based off the name, and alley-oops are super overpowered in this game. No-brainer badge right there. 7 upgrades left. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Fancy Fork. Combined with Slasher Takeover, hop steps are very overpowered. You definitely need that badge. Now you got 3 upgrades left. There are a lot of good badges you can put on for this build. Acrobat, Consistent Finisher, Drop Stepper, Relentless Finisher. There's plenty of good badges. Pro Touch. Really up to you. Personally, I think I'm going to throw on Relentless Finisher. Like I said in every single of my videos, though, if you want some other badges, you can change these badges up. Do whatever you want to do. Now moving up to shooting badges build, man, you have 10 shooting badges. The badge you get out off rip. Gold quick draw. If you don't have this badge on, you're not going to be able to shoot. It's really that simple. I also recommend throwing gold hot zone hunter. If you have all your hot zones, this badge right here to help you shoot 10 times better. Not only shoot, if you have all your paint hot zones, it's going to give you a boost in the paint to making layups and dunks. You definitely need that badge. 4 upgrades left. I think I'm also going to recommend throwing catch and shoot. Silver or bronze. I think I'm going to just do silver. You're going to be spawning up a lot of this build, so I'm going to do silver for that. 2 upgrades left. Now there are 2 badges I kind of want to have, range extender and Deadeye. Now I understand your 3-pointer is only a 49. When you hit 99 overall, you get a +4 to all your attributes, so you're going to have a 59 3-pointer at 99 overall. Not the highest in the world, but I feel like range extender will help you shoot a little bit more threes, even though your 3-pointer is not the highest. So I'm personally going to throw on bronze Deadeye and bronze range extender. I think these are going to be the best shooting badges for this build. If you want some other badges, you can change these badges up. Do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to playmaking badges build, man, we can upgrade 1 playmaking stat. Personally, I would just recommend throwing bronze bailout. If you want to pass out of a jump shot, a layup, or a dunk, you're gonna need bronze bailout to complete the pass, or else the pass will just go flying out of bounds. No brainer badge. There's also some other good options. You want unpluckable, quick first step. Downhill is also a good badge if you're playing threes. Me personally though, I'm gonna just recommend throw bailout. Now moving on to defensive badges build, man, you have 12 defensive badges. I recommend throwing gold brick wall. You can throw this on silver, but I'm personally gonna recommend you throwing on gold so you can set up some pretty good big bodies. I also recommend throwing gold intimidator. It's gonna make people miss shots. 6 upgrades left. I'm also gonna recommend throwing silver rebound chaser. You do have max rebounding. You definitely want this badge on so you can snag them rebounds. 4 upgrades left. I'm also gonna recommend throwing silver clamps. You have almost max perimeter defense. You have max lateral quickness. You're definitely gonna need clamps to play some defense on guards. Now you got 2 upgrades left. There are a couple good options. You could do chase down artist, pogo stick, pickpocket, interceptor. There's a lot of good options. Personally, I think I'm gonna just throw on rim protector on silver. You do have a max block. You're going to be able to block a lot of shots. This is what I'm going to do personally for defensive badges. There's plenty of good options though. If you want some other badges, like I said in every single of my videos though, change it up. Do whatever you want to do. But that's build number 1, man. Let's get straight into the second build of this video. Now moving on to build number 2 of this video, man, we have the stretch playmaker build. Make sure you guys do make it a power forward, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man, I think there are a couple pie charts you can use to make this build, but today we are going to be picking the shooting and playmaking pie chart. Based off the name stretch playmaker, you would think it's going to be this pie chart. You're going to have Hall of Fame shooting badges, Hall of Fame playmaking badges, and decent defense. Make sure you guys do pick this pie chart. Now moving on to physical profile of this build, man, you're a stretch playmaker. You're not going to be able to dunk that good, so I personally recommend you pick the all agility. You want to have fast speed. You need all the speed you can get, so I highly recommend you pick this pie chart. Now moving on to attributes, man, make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badges possible. Your driving layup, you are going to put this to a 63, just like that. And your driving dunk, you actually are going to max this out to a 64. Now moving on to shooting, your mid-range shot, max this out to an 81. Also max out your 3-point shot. Your free throw, you're going to put this to a 58, just like that. And your post fade, you're going to put this to an 87, just like that. So you get 18 shooting badges. Now moving on to playmaking, your pass accuracy maxes out to an 83. Your ball handling, you are going to max this out to a 64. And your post moves, you're going to put this to an 84, just like that. So you get 20 playmaker badges. Now moving on to defense, your interior defense maxes out to a 67. Also max out your perimeter defense. Also max out your lateral quickness. Also max out your steal to a 64. Same with the block. You also are going to max this out to a 73. Your offensive rebounding, you're going to put this to a 41, just like that. Your defensive rebounding, max this out to a 77, just like that. So you get 7 defensive rebounding badges. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 1 finishing, 18 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 7 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 46 badges for the stretch playmaker build. That is the same amount of badges the last build got, but this build is completely different. Hall of Fame shooting badges, going to be able to speed boost, and you have pretty decent defense of this build. This is a very nice build. This build was made popular by Duke Dennis. Now this build is not exactly the same as Duke Dennis's build. His build has 18 shooting badges and 20 playmaking badges like this one, but his only has 5 defensive badges, opposed to this one has 7. So this build is better because it has 2 extra defensive badges. Now we're going to get straight into Star Stamina. Body shape does not matter. It doesn't really matter what you pick though. Pick whatever you want. I'm going to just pick Define. Now moving on to the height with this build, you're going to want to make the build 6'7". The reason you want to do that is so you have a really high ball control, so you can speed boost with this build. Definitely make the build 6'7". I'm going to show you guys later how you can speed boost. Now moving on to the weight with this build, I don't want to lower the weight all the way down, so I'm going to put the weight to 190 pounds. The reason I'm putting the weight to 190 pounds because I don't want my interior defense to drop below a 60. If you want to lower it all the way down for some better acceleration, better vertical, go ahead. But I'm going to recommend you put your weight to 190 pounds. Now moving on to the wingspan of this build, you are going to want to lower your wingspan all the way down so you get better shooting and you get a 77 ball handling. If you did not know, you need an 86 ball handling and a speed boost. If you pick the playmaker or slasher takeover, it gives you a plus 10 to your ball handling with takeover. 77 plus 10, you're going to have an 87 ball handling with takeover with this build. So you'll be able to speed boost if you pick playmaker takeover. That's absolutely insane. Being able to speed boost with the power forward build, pretty good. Make sure you guys do minimize your wingspan all the way down. Now moving on to takeover's build, man. Like I just explained, you want to speed boost, you have to pick playmaker. These other takeovers will not give you high enough boost to be able to speed boost. You have to pick playmaker. If you really don't care about speed boosting, you can pick sharpshooter, shot creator, or post scorer. But I highly recommend you pick playmaker. It's going to make the build that much more overpowered. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a stretch playmaker similar to Jason Tatum, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Al Horford. Very nice build, 46 badges. Now we're going to get straight into the best badges for this build, man. Like I do in every single of my videos, I'm going to show you guys the best badges for this build, in my opinion. Put this to 99 overall real quick. Let's get this out the way. Let's not waste any time. Now you only got 1 finishing badge. We only maxed out our driving dunk and pretty much maxed out our driving layup. So I would either go contact finisher or giant slayer, whatever you want to do. I'm personally just throwing contact finisher. It doesn't really matter. It's only 1 bronze badge. Change it up. You want some other badge, change it up, do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to shooting badges build, man, you have 18 shooting badges. I recommend throwing Hall of Fame quick draw with this build. It's going to speed up your jump shot tremendously. If you don't have this badge on, you're not going to be able to shoot. Now I know some people do like a slower jump shot. If you like a slower jump shot, you can go gold and even silver. Don't do bronze, that's just way too slow. But I know some people do like a slower jump shot. You want a slower jump shot, go silver or gold, whatever you like. But me personally, I'm gonna go Hall of Fame. Now range extender, you definitely want this badge, Hall of Fame. You want to shoot deeper, you're gonna need this badge. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter. If you have all your hot zones, this badge right here to help you shoot 10 times better. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Deadeye. With this build, you're gonna be able to speed boost and you're 6'7". Deadeye is to help you make more contested shots. That's gonna be a very nice badge for this build. 2 upgrades left. I think I'm gonna throw on Green Machine. You can change these badges up, do whatever you want to do, but this, in my opinion, is the best combination for this build. Now moving on to playmaking badges build, man, you have 20 playmaking badges. Keep in mind, you're going to be able to speed boost with takeover, so I recommend throwing Hall of Fame handles for days, quick first step, and space creator. I feel like these 3 badges have to be Hall of Fame with this build. Now you got 8 upgrades left. I'm also going to throw on Hall of Fame Unpluckable. You're going to be able to speed boost. People are going to be trying to rip you. You definitely want Hall of Fame Unpluckable so you don't get ripped. That simple. 4 upgrades left. Now, if you want Floor General or Dimer, go ahead. If you want to help your teammates out, those are definitely good badges. Needle Threader, Tie Handles are also good badges. There is one badge you got to have, though. I definitely recommend throwing Gold Bailout. Hall of Fame is overkill in my opinion, so I'm going to just do Gold Bailout. If you want to pass out of a jump shot, layup, or dunk, you're going to need this badge. Now, you got 1 upgrade left. I think I'm going to do Needle Threader. I think these are going to be the best playmaking badges to this build. You want some of the badges, though, change it up. Do whatever you want to do. Now, moving on to defensive badges build, man, you have 7 defensive badges. I feel like you got to have gold clamps on. You're going to be playing point guard, especially if you're playing 2s. You're going to be playing the point guard with this build and playing with a bigger center. So you definitely want clamps so you can play better perimeter defense. I also recommend throwing Silver Intimidator. It's going to make people miss shots. And I also recommend throwing silver pick dodger. Like I said, you're playing the point guard on the 2v2s. People are going to be sending screens on you. You definitely need pick dodger. I feel like these are going to be the best defensive rebounding badges for this build. If you really want some other badges though, change it up. Do whatever you want to do. This is just my personal recommendation. I'm not forcing you to put these badges on. Just want to get that out the way. But that's build number 2, man. Let's get into the final build of this video. Alright, man, moving on to the final build of this video. It's going to be the two-way mid-range specialist. Make sure you guys do make this build a power forward, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. I'm not sure if you can make this build any other pie chart besides the defense and shooting. We are going to be picking the defense and shooting. You're going to be able to get Hall of Fame shooting badges and Hall of Fame defensive badges. It's going to be a very nice build. Make sure you guys do pick this pie chart. Now moving on to physical profile of this build. This build is pretty much a big man, especially if you're playing 2v2s with this build. So I'd personally recommend you pick the balanced pie chart because I feel like you got to have good speed, good vertical, and good strength. These two pie charts right here, this one you're lacking in vertical and this one you're lacking in agility. In my opinion, I feel like you can't afford to lack in either of those stats. So I'm personally going to recommend you pick the balanced pie chart so you're not losing out on any stat. Now moving on to attribute spam, make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badges possible. Your close shot, you are going to max this out to an 84. Your driving layup, you also are going to max this out to a 67. Driving dunk, you also are going to max this out to a 70. And your staying dunk, you're going to put this to a 42 so you get 3 finishing badges. Now moving on to shooting, your mid-range shot, max this out. You're going to max out every single shooting stat, so max out your 3-point shot. Also max out that free throw to a 83. And the post fade, also max this out to an 80 just like that. So you get 18 shooting badges. Now moving on to playmaking, your pass accuracy, you're just going to put this to a 47 just +4. Now moving on to defense, you're going to max out every single defensive stat, interior defense, perimeter, all this good stuff. This build's gonna have great shooting and really good defense. Make sure you guys do max out every single stat. Max out your steal, of course, max out the block as well to an 84. Both of the rebounding stats, you also are gonna max these out, 78 rebounding. And your defensive rebounding, you're gonna put this to an 86, which is max, so you get 20 defensive rebounding badges. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 3 finishing, 18 shooting, 1 playmaking, and 20 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 42 badges for this two-way mid-range specialist build. If you did not know, this is actually Nadex's build. He does use this build in the tournaments a lot, and I be seeing he be grabbing a lot of rebounds and playing really good defense with this build. It's a very solid spot build. Make sure you guys do have your attributes just like this. This is for sure the best way how to make this build. Now move on to this other stuff. Now body shape does not matter. Personally, I'm gonna just pick define. It really doesn't matter what you pick though. If you want to pick built, burly, whatever, pick whatever you want. I'm gonna just pick define. Now moving on to that with this build, the best height for this build is gonna be 6'9". So you're not losing anything and you're still pretty tall, so you can have some pretty good defense. Make sure you guys do make the build 6'9". Now moving on to the weight with this build. Here's a very key thing. You want your name to say two-way mid-range specialist. Your weight has to be 248 pounds. If you put your weight too low, it will have your name as just a mid-range specialist, not a two-way mid-range specialist. So make sure the weight is 248 pounds so you get an 80 interior defense. You get a little bit of a boost on your strength. Now moving on to the wingspan of this build. Here is a very key thing. You're going to want to minimize it all the way down to the lowest wingspan so you get an 81 mid-range and a 78 three-pointer. Now I know people are thinking a two-way build with tiny arms, this build's going to have no defense. But trust me, I've seen people with this build, especially Nadex, he can play really good defense. He still snags rebounds with this tiny arms. You still have really good defense. Keep in mind, every single defensive stat is max on this build. And keep in mind, if you put your wingspan any higher, it will change your name to something else. So it has to be lowest wingspan for it to say two-way mid-range specialist. Plus, your shooting is absolutely insane with this build. Make sure you guys do minimize your wingspan all the way down. Now moving on to take over this build, man. A very key thing, since we minimized our wingspan all the way down, you definitely want to pick rim protector takeover because it will improve your defense even more. You have 20 defensive badges and you have every single defensive stat max. Having a rim protector takeover will make your defense that much better. If you really want sharpshooter, glass cutter, go ahead, but I highly recommend you pick rim protector. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a two-way mid-range specialist similar to Charles Oakley, Brandon Clark, and Jason Tatum. Very nice build. 42 badges. But now to get straight into the best badges for this build, like I do in every single one of my builds, I'm gonna show you guys my personal recommendations for the badges. Put this 99 overall real quick. Now look at your finishing stats. You have a 70 driving dunk. Keep that in mind. This build can actually catch backdoor alley-oops and just regular alley-oops. Personally, with that in mind, I would throw Lob City finisher at least silver, and I would throw bronze contact finisher, but personally, I'm gonna just recommend throwing gold Lob City finisher. Even though this build is a spot up build, there are going to be opportunities where you can go in for a backdoor alley-oop or just an alley-oop in general. You're definitely going to need Lob City finisher to finish those alley-oops. It's going to be a very good way to score. I highly recommend you throw that badge on. Now moving on to shooting badges build, when you have 18 shooting badges, I recommend you throw on Hall of Fame quick draw with this build. If you don't have this badge on, you're not going to be able to shoot. Now, I know some people don't like Hall of Fame quick draw because it's too fast. If you're one of those people, you can throw a badge down to gold or silver, however you like it. But I'm personally going to do Hall of Fame. I like my jump shot being super fast. Now, you got 14 upgrades left. I'm also going to throw on Hall of Fame range extender. This badge will help you shoot a lot deeper. And I even see this badge activate on mid-range shots. So you definitely want that badge on. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter. If you have all your hot zones, this badge right here is going to help you shoot 10 times better. 6 upgrades left. Now there are a couple badges I did want: Green Machine, Catch and Shoot, and Deadeye. Now this build is a spot up build, so if you really want to, you can throw on Catch and Shoot on Hall of Fame. Personally, I want Deadeye, but at the same time, this is a spot up build, so I feel like Catch and Shoot does have to be pretty high. Here's the combination I think I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Silver Catch and Shoot, Bronze Green Machine, and Gold Deadeye. I feel like these are gonna be the best shooting badges for this build. Catch and Shoot, this is a spot up build. If you really want Catch and Shoot higher, you could put it higher, honestly, because it is a spot up build. But I kind of want a Gold Deadeye because I feel like this badge is going to help you shoot a lot more contested shots. You definitely need that badge. And Green Machine, it's going to help you shoot more greens and make more shots. Pretty good badge. If you want, you can have Gold Catch and Shoot and Gold Deadeye. Maybe just take off the Green Machine. It's really up to you. But personally, this is what I would do if it was up to me. Now moving on to playmaking badges build. You only have one playmaking badge. If you're playing threes, I would just throw on Break Starter. It's going to be a very nice badge for threes. And if you're playing twos, you definitely want to have Bronze Bailout. It's going to help you pass out of a jump shot, a layup, or a dunk. Or else the pass will just go flying out of bounds if you don't have this badge. So make sure you guys throw on Bronze Bailout. Now moving on to defensive badges build, and you have 20 defensive badges. I know this is a spot up build, so you're probably not going to be setting screens. Now if you are planning on setting screens with this build, definitely do throw on Brick Wall. But if you're just planning on playing with the ISO player and you're just going to be spotting out the whole time, don't waste your upgrades. Personally, I think I'm going to throw on Brick Wall. Sometimes your ISO player may get clamped and you might have to start setting screens. You're not going to be able to set screens if you don't have Brick Wall. You can throw this badge on Silver, but I'm personally going to do Hall of Fame so you can set the best screens possible. You definitely want a Hall of Fame Intimidator with this build. It's going to make people miss shots. No brainer badge. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser. Yeah, max rebounding. You have tiny arms, I know, but with Rebound Chaser, you're still going to be able to snag a lot of rebounds with this build. 8 upgrades left. I'm also going to recommend throwing Hall of Fame Clamps. You do have pretty high speed. You're a 6'9" player. You're going to get matched up on the guard here and there. You definitely want Hall of Fame Clamps so you can clamp down that opposing ball handler. Now you got 4 upgrades left. There are a couple good badges I could throw on with this build. Chase Down Artist, Interceptor, Rim Protector, or Pogo Stick. It's really up to you. There are plenty of good options. I kind of want a Rim Protector and I also want an Interceptor. But I feel like Pogo Stick has to be on with this build, especially if you're playing defense on a guard. He makes you jump up and down. You need to keep jumping up and down to contest a shot or block a shot. You definitely need Pogo Stick. So I think I'm going to throw this badge on Silver. I feel like that is a must-have badge. 2 upgrades left. I want Interceptor and I also want Rim Protector. So I'm going to throw on Bronze Rim Protector and Bronze Interceptor. I feel like these are going to be the best defensive rebounding badges for this build. Like I said in every single my video, so if you want some other badges, you don't think these are good, go ahead and change the badges up. Do whatever you want to do. But that's pretty much it, man. That's the top 3 best Power 4 builds as of patch 12 in NBA 2K20. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, man, make sure you guys do hit the like button, subscribe. As you guys can see, we're 300 subs away from 28K subs. You're watching this video right now. You like what you see, do the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I also want to say, make sure you guys do subscribe, hit that like button, turn on notifications, because like I said in the beginning of the video, these videos take a long time to make. I'm making this sort of content for you guys, man. So if you could show your appreciation, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, it would mean a lot to me. It will motivate me to keep dropping these videos for you guys. I know you guys do enjoy these top 3 best builds. And also, I've been thinking about doing a top 3 best 2-way builds. I definitely am going to do that. So make sure you guys do subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss that video. But that's pretty much it, man. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Until next time, clutch out.
I'm feeling your energy, and shorty, man, she really into me. I got lots of enemies, and they wanna act like they friends with me.